In the last episode, after a draw with Aston Villa and a convincing win against Watford, we left ourselves sitting inside of the Champions League places. Can we really push on and claim a Champions League spot? In today's episode, we're going to be taking on a team that might be challenging us in those Champions League spots, and another Rose Derby against Manchester United, and we also are going to be facing off against Southampton. Welcome back to episode 9 of Leeds United, Pride of Yorkshire. So as I said at the top of the episode, in yesterday's episode, we had a 1-1 draw with Aston Villa. We had a 2-0 win against Watford. And we left ourselves sitting pretty in the Premier League. We were in the Champions League spots. And in today's episode, we're going to be facing off against Southampton. There is a game in between Southampton and our second game. We're going to skip past that though. It's the Leicester game. And we are going to be showing you our second Rose Derby against Manchester United. So let's have a look at what's happened since you've been away. You can see that after the 2-0 win against Watford, our form got a little bit wobbly, but we did play two big teams. We played Chelsea at Ellen Road. They brought it to us, and we tried to play our football. We got shut down quite a bit though. Didn't really have much of the ball with only 35% possession. We made a few chances, scored through Calvin Phillips, but Romelu Lukaku did the damage in the first half, and we didn't get any points out of that game. We then played against Arsenal in the FA Cup quarter-final. We actually blew a 2-goal lead in this game. Klich and Sesko scoring for us, and then Nketiah and Aubameyang scoring in normal time to force it into extra time, and then Tomiyasu gave them an extra time 3-2 victory to knock us out of the FA Cup. We then got back into the Premier League, and we got back on track with a 1-1 draw against Wolves in a game that we probably were a little bit disappointed that we didn't win. We certainly had the chances, but a goal from Sesko levelled up after Jimenez gave Wolves the lead. And in our very last game before we come back, we had a 4-1 win in a bit of a topsy-turvy game against Crystal Palace, where Gallagher gave them the lead early on, and Adeyemi equalised before Wilf Zaha got himself sent off. Phillips and Firpo made it 3-1 before Conor Gallagher got sent off, and then Klich made it 4-1 before the end. So after those games, let's go back and have a look at the Premier League table. You can see that we have lost a little bit of ground to Arsenal ahead of us, but they have played a game more, but we are 6 points behind them now. But vitally, we are still 3 points ahead of Manchester City, who have played the same amount of games. I didn't have really any expectations of where we would finish in terms of this area. So if we finished in the top 4, that's fantastic. If we finish in the top 6, that'd be brilliant too. So let's jump forwards, play against Southampton, and see if we can get another 3 points as we look to keep our Champions League hopes alive. The team lineup then that we are going to be putting out in the first game against Southampton will be Meslier in goal, Firpo, Koch, Llorente and Rene at right back. We've got Bentancur and Phillips in the middle, with Rafinha, Klich and Adeyemi in front of them, and Sesko is going to carry on up front. Hopefully he'll fire us to another 3 points. First action of this game is a throw-in for us. Rafinha plays the ball forward, Klich tries to run onto it, but the ball goes straight through to Lewis in goal. And let's see what Southampton do as they try to build out from the back. Instead, they just lump it forward. Shea Adams gets the header, and Armstrong just walks through the defence. Luckily, we make him turn back, but he does cross the ball. And there was Diallo in the box. He has the shot, and it goes out for a corner kick. And Southampton are going to swing this one in. Armstrong plays it to the back post. Header goes out. I don't know if it's another corner. Yeah, got a deflection, and Southampton have another corner. So Armstrong's going to whip this one in again. It goes all the way to the back post. It's dealt with and headed away. Corner kick then for us, and Rafinha is going to swing this one in. Llorente wasn't even looking at the ball. Gets cleared away as far as Phillips. He's going to swing it back in again. Can't really see what's going on, but somehow the ball is in the net and Sesko has scored. No VAR checks. The camera angle was rubbish, and it's going to be the same camera angle for the replay. But Phillips does really well. Takes on the man, crosses it low, And I don't know whether the goalkeeper. It says Phillips drilled a low one towards the far post. Maybe the goalkeeper's passed it or tapped it into the path of Sesko. But we are 1-0 up. Southampton with the throw in then. And Livramento is going to play it down the left-hand side. Diallo, the ball over the top. Armstrong is in. He's hit the crossbar. And then it's hit the bar again. Meslier in all kinds of mess. We do clear the ball away and it falls to Walker-Peters. And that's the end of that. Not a lot of action in the first half. But we do get in 1-0 up at Elland Road. So we have created the most chances. And we have been the team most likely to go on and score again. Let's see if we can do that in the second half. There's a throw-in that's going to be given to Southampton here. They are playing it down the right-hand side. Armstrong to Romeo. Ball over the top. Armstrong is in and he was left all alone in the penalty area. Not sure where the marking was. A little bit slack defending. We have given Southampton a route back into the game. And I think that was their first attempt on target. So Armstrong to Armstrong. Walker-Peters back to Armstrong. And Romeo's given all the time in the world to pick out Armstrong, who then is given all the time in the world to slot it into the corner. Another Southampton throw-in on this right-hand side, and again it's to Romeo. Adams tries the ball, but it's blocked. Armstrong's had another shot. Meslier makes the save, but doesn't deal with the ball really. And Watford are still knocking it about, and there is a shot from Diallo on the edge of the area. Goes straight past Meslier, and all of a sudden, Southampton have turned this around and we've gone from 1 up to 2-1 down pretty quickly. Meslier should be catching that ball there, I think. Livramento sets up Diallo, takes a touch. In the bottom corner it goes. So, a bit of trouble we're in here. Let's see if we can make a substitution or two and try and affect the game. So we're going to bring Daniel James on in place of Karim Adeyemi. And we are going to bring on Tyler Adams in place of Matthias Klick. So a throw in, Firpo to Adams. Rene's there, he's hit the underside of the bar. Daniel James taps it into the empty net. And we are straight back to 2-2 with 67 minutes on the clock. Hopefully now we can go on and win this game. So yeah, Firpo with the throw in, Adams with the ball across. Rene hits it, hits the underside of the bar. And luckily for us, falls to Daniel James. And he makes it 2-2. One last change to make then, and we are going to try and throw Tyler Roberts even, on for Sesko. Want to try and save him really, and we are going to see if he can make any contribution in the game. A free kick for Southampton in added on time. Armstrong plays the ball forwards. Luckily it's a hit and hope ball that Firpo should be dealing with. Instead, he has kept the ball in. Nathan Teller has took it off of him, crossed it in, and Armstrong is there for a super finish. This is really disappointing play from Firpo. Why he has to stop this ball? He could just either let it run out. Typical Football Manager defending on display there. Junior Firpo, what are you doing? A disappointing game then, and that is definitely an opportunity wasted that could have dire consequences for our Champions League ambitions. I don't even know what to say. We did really well to get back into the game. Daniel James got the equaliser, and then one stupid mistake from Junior Firpo, who's been given a 5.9 rating. He's given Southampton all 3 points. I would have took the point in the 95th minute. But it wasn't to be, and we have been beaten at Elland Road. The only thing we can do now is try and bounce back in the next game, which is going to be Manchester United. Before we jump into the Roses derby then, let's show you how we got on against Leicester. It was a mad, topsy-turvy game really, where we won 3-2. We went behind to an Iheanacho goal before Sesko equalised in the 40th minute. We then had a moment or two of madness where Klick had 2 penalties after 2 fouls by first Zappacosta and then Johnny Evans gave us 2 penalties. And then Jamie Vardy got one back in the 86th minute, but we clung on and we got away from Leicester with a 3-2 win and 3 points in the bag. So then, with that game out the way, that leaves us also clinging on to 4th place in the table We're 3 points ahead of Manchester City with a 1 goal better goal difference. They do have a game in hand though, so it's going to be close, but we hopefully can get a result against Manchester United here. Not have to worry about what's going on behind us, but what's going on above us. Let's have a little look then at the lineup of who is going to be playing in the Roses derby. So we have Meslier in goal, Rene at left back, Ahmed Hodzic, Llorente and Tyler Adams. He's cementing himself in that right back slot at the moment. I would prefer him to be playing in midfield, but with Bentancur and Phillips playing so well, he's just settling for a right back slot. We have Harrison, Roberts and Rafinha across the middle, and Sesko is going to start the game up front. Let's see if we can get on the front foot against these again and give them a run for their money. With the action underway then, a free kick for Manchester United as they play it into the middle of the park with Pogba back to Maguire, out to Dalo. Ronaldo is going to play it back out to him. He's going to try and bring it inside, but Pogba plays it all the way back to Maguire. He then goes on a massive run forwards and they get it to Dalo, whatever his name is, on the outside. And then they have a shot that goes over the bar. The next attempt is a throw-in for us. Adams is going to swing the ball in. Sesko is there with the header. And De Gea almost punched that through the crossbar. A little bit of a weird animation. But he keeps it out. And then from the goal kick that I presume that they gave from that incident, they have gone straight up the other end. And Mason Greenwood has scored. And they've gone from back to front pretty quickly. Defending's a little bit suspect. Let's have a look at this. So Sancho to Fernandes on one ball through Ahmed Hodzic, and the ball is in the back of the net. So disappointing to be 1-0 down, but that is the score. Free kick then for Manchester United as Fernandes plays it to Maguire. It's intercepted though, and Bentancur has got the ball. Plays it back to Adams, to Roberts, back to Adams. He's going to try and bring it forwards and plays it out wide to Rafinha, who then cuts through the middle of the pitch, plays the ball over the top for Sesko, gets cut out. Greenwood plays it to Ronaldo. They're in down the left. Somebody needs to go out there and try and take the ball off of him. Adams is on a booking, actually. That might not be the best matchup down there. And then, yeah, just as I was saying that, Adams barges into the back of Ronaldo. This is going to be a penalty. And it's not a great start to this game after 20 minutes. Yeah, penalty awarded. Just bundled through the back of Ronaldo. And Ronaldo picks the ball up, puts it on the spot. Let's see if Meslier can get anywhere near this. Unfortunately, he can't. He guesses the right way. Can't do anything about it, though. And Ronaldo scores his 44th goal of the season. Even though he's a Man UFC player, that is quite impressive. And it's 2-0. So another free kick to Manchester United as Fernandes is over the ball. He's hit that like a rocket. And all of a sudden we're 3-0 down. And that bit of form that we had earlier on in the season that really swung around the Manchester United game, they have now come back to bite us. And on the road, we are struggling and 3-0 down. A disappointing first half then, where we find ourselves 3-0 down. Don't really know what to say. They've been absolutely clinical. We've been in the game. We've had our own chances. We just haven't took them. Hopefully in the second half we can try and do something about it, but this one might be a lost cause. Going to make an early change in the second half, and we are going to bring Adeyemi on for Harrison and swap Rafinha and Adeyemi over. And then we are going to bring Matthias Klick on in place of Tyler Roberts. See if we can't get a bit of spark going in our team. So a goal kick for Manchester United. They play it short. They're going to try and work it up the middle of the pitch. Goes to Ricardo Horta. And a tackle from Rene. Gets the ball but gives it straight back to Horta. And Greenwood is in. And it's 4-0. And this, for the first time in the series, is a bit embarrassing. Don't know what has happened here. This formation has done us so proud. But we are parting like the Red Sea at times here. Horta gets the ball back into the box, Swings it in, and Greenwood is there to just tap the ball into the net, and it's 4-0. A throw in from Sambia to Click, back to Click, Bentancur with the cross header, and Rafinha has scored. Referee's probably going to disallow this just because we are going to get nothing in this game, I'm sure. I'm hoping he doesn't. Goals awarded, so we have a little something anyway. So Samir with the throw in, it went to Click. He then crossed it to the back post where Bentancur won the header. And in fairness, it couldn't have been offside because the man behind him was clearly playing him onside, and Rafinha gets one back. A disappointing end then to the Roses derby sees us lose 4-1. We were in the game and we tried to hold our own. Manchester United, though, were ruthless in the first half. 3-0 at half time, ends up being 4-1. Nothing we could really do. That's not what we need when we're trying to gain a Champions League place. Let's go have a look at the table and the schedule and see where we're going to come back. So, not the second game that we wanted in the episode at all. Let's have a little look at the league table and see where it leaves us in the Premier League. So, we are still sat in fourth place. We are only 2 points ahead of Manchester City, and they have a game in hand on us. Looking upwards, Arsenal are now 4 points ahead. They also have a game in hand. So it looks like fourth place is there to be played for. Hopefully Manchester City might hit a dodgy patch of form, but we certainly have to pick up after that 4-1 defeat. So a quick look at the schedule shows that we don't have that many games left, but we do have some tough games left. We have Liverpool next, then Tottenham, and I think for the next episode we are going to come back and play against Burnley and Norwich. A disappointing end then to the episode sees us completely overwhelmed by Manchester United. Really disappointing performance, but they were ruthless in that first half. So the only way that we can go from there is back up, and hopefully when we move on to the last episode of the season, before the season review, we can get back into winning form, and with 4 games to go, we still have a slither of a chance of getting into the Champions League. So if you're at this point in the video, you're still watching and you're still enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button to help the channel out. Appreciate everybody who's done it across the months that I've been doing YouTube. If you haven't done it yet, what are you waiting for? So I'm going to wrap this one up, and I will see you tomorrow for the final episode of Season 1 of Leeds United, the Pride of Yorkshire.